of the IPL.
I said, good to see you again. Mixed emotions, it's been a fantastic tournament so far. It's kept us going, definitely. And yeah, it's disappointing that it's coming to a halt now, coming to an end. But then again, in life, all good things come to an end. So we gotta look forward to the next edition, hopefully in April next year. So yeah, it's a lot to look forward to.
And hopefully it's in India. As much as India do appreciate Emirates for help, there's nothing like having it back at home, the crowds and everything. So yeah, hopefully the pandemic, improves in India.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's an Indian tournament, so I think the one thing that it's missed is the spectators, and the spectators make this tournament a little bit more special than it is. So yeah, I think the spectator part is what is the most. Just the atmospheres in all the stadiums. It's a pity that we had the pandemic, and we've got to accept that. And I think a big thank you has to go to the Emirates group, for allowing us to host this tournament in the UAE. And they've done a fair job. There have been 3 venues that have hosted the matches, and I think a lot of teams have obviously gotten to grips with the pitches. Some teams obviously to find their best game, because obviously it was foreign conditions, and they didn't have the best of starts. So some teams picked early, some teams quite late. But I think in a tournament like this, it's about peaking at the right time. You don't really have to pick too early, but you also can't pick too late as well. So it's just picking at the right moments and winning the important moments. And yeah, you can go very far in a tournament like this.
Yeah. Speaking about peaking to into for the match for today, which is the finals perfectly. It's, as you know, it's Daredevils and Mumbai. So what are your thoughts for today's match?
Well, that match to tomorrow on the...
tomorrow's match,
Yeah. Look, getting back to last night's game against Sunrisers, I think that has to put some Delhi, and they should be given a lot of credit for that, because I think the Delhi side that's attacking plays the best. I think they are at their best when they're attacking, and we saw the best of them yesterday, and they did have a few issues with the ball because it got a little bit close. But I think they controlled their nerve towards the end, and they took those important wickets, and they managed to win the game quite comfortably in the end. So yeah, I think from a batting point of view, they'd be quite happy with the way they played, posting 189 on the board, and that's the sort of scores that we were expecting from, and with the firepower that they have up front, and they showed it yesterday. I think the one good move that they made, changing the batting order, was putting Stoinis up the order, and that really helped, because he played a leading role in getting to that score. He just came play his natural game, took the bowlers on, and ball was there. He dished it, and I think Sunrise would be a bit disappointed with the way they bowled. I think probably that cost them the game, because they was their strength up till now. So they didn't get those wickets early, and in sort of format, when you don't get wickets early, you always behind the game, and that's what that's how it actually turned out to be. I think they would probably be in the game if the score would have been about 160, 170. So around 190, you almost got the sense that Delhi was in control of this game, and then Sunrise, had a bet out of their skin to actually win this game, and it proved to be the case in the that they fell short. But I know we backs to pull this one off, but predictions have been going out of the window in this tournament, so it's difficult to make predictions anymore.
Yeah.
As I said, their strength was their bowling, and then they bowled onto the party yesterday, and that's what cost them the game.
Yeah.
Ultimately, in the end.
Yeah, man. I mean, the way I was thinking about it, it's a funny story because even though we had predicted it on the day, I should have pulled it off because how many losses can Delhi take? And also, if you know of that proverb, beware of the wounded tiger, I think they were kind of wounded after the Mumbai game. So I think they had to kind of deliver eventually. So, yeah, man. If matches were done in hindsight, we would be rich. Especially if you were punting, of course.
Yeah, look, tomorrow's final, it's game on. It's absolutely game on tomorrow. I think Delhi, Mumbai has had the rub of the green against Delhi so far. They put them to the sword in a couple of games, but I think you're gonna see a different Delhi side in this final. They're gonna be up for it. They're really gonna be up for this final because there's so much at stake now. This is the championship game. This is where what it all comes down to. This is why teams play the IPL. This is why cricketers play the IPL. To come to the showpiece game, and obviously in the forebook you tip Mumbai Indians as favorites, but he's going to bring their A game to this match here. Because we've seen the potential, and towards the end they haven't played to their potential. But I think yesterday's match showed that they have a lot of fight in them. They can challenge MI all the way. I think the key for them, if they're going to be bowling first, they got to take early wickets against MI because once you let that batting line up, so they really get into you and make it very difficult for you to, they're side that it's difficult to contain. They're a free-flowing team. They like scoring runs. You got to take early wickets. You got to put them on pressure, put the middle pressure, and that goes a long way into winning the game.
Yes, I agree. I'm actually thinking that if Delhi do bat first, it might actually be for the detriment because they have to chase. I think because of nerves and because of how good the Mumbai bowling attack is, I don't know how it'll go. But then you never know. Confidence is such that if you bowl well, I think you can just bat without any, nothing to lose attitude, and you can still do it. But then I always feel batting first is best. If you make a good score, that is.
Yeah, look, the biggest mistake that any team can make in a fight is playing conservative cricket. This sort of game, you really can't go conservative because that's a dangerous, thing to do, especially in sort of finals. And we saw last year with CSK very conservative in the chase, and that cost them in the end. So I think when you got a team on top, when you're on top of a team, you smell blood. You got to dispatch them. So, as I say, MI favorites for this game. They've been the best side in the tournament so far. But in order for Delhi to win this game, I think they've got to take early wickets. They've got to put that Mumbai middle order under pressure, which they haven't been under pressure enough in this tournament, I feel. But we also know, they've got so much of firepower down the order as well, with Pandya and Pollard, and also, it'll be interesting, because Delhi have some good spinners as well, and I know Pollard is not the best in terms of spin. He likes the ball coming on to the bat. He's a spin, so I think when Pollard's in, you probably got to get your spinners in and attack him. You got to attack their best players, and that's one way of winning the game. Ultimately for Delhi.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about you mentioned something about peaking during the beginning of this chat, and then I was thinking about
yes,
and not to kind of write off Mumbai, because that would be a bit disrespectful. But I feel that could it be possible that because they've been, so consistent that maybe they've been peaking, maybe they've probably peaked so early that they probably are due to lose one, and maybe tomorrow could be the day. Or you don't think it's going to happen?
Look, as I say, it's an impossible one to call. A final is a funny game sometimes. Because the pressure is there. You're so close to the finish line. Uh, Look, on paper, you put Mumbai as favorites,
Yeah, I mean,
overwhelming
you have to be a
favorites in a
brave.
way.
You have to
But
be a brave. You have to be a brave punter to go against Mumbai. That's for sure.
yeah, you got to be brave. But I mean, you know what Delhi is capable of. Yes, they proved it.
Mm.
So I wouldn't be surprised. What we want as a spectator, we want a game that's going to go down to the wire. We want an evenly
Yeah,
matched game. We want a close game, and
yeah.
if we get
And
that,
even
I think we'd be happy. Uh,
Hmm.
no matter
Yeah.
who wins, but Delhi to. I'd love Delhi to take this one because it's their fun, and the young players have obviously matured over the years, so they built quite a strong they've got quite a strong setup now, and not just for this tournament, for the future. I think things are looking bright. So let's see what they're capable of, in this final.
Yes, you are right. And yeah, for some reason I'm feeling a little nervous. Maybe it's for Mumbai because I feel a potential upset is actually on the card after yesterday's win for Delhi. I just feel that when the side's got nothing to lose, especially when they have played well, I mean, confidence is there now. I mean, there's no excuse to not perform now in the finals. I mean, unless you have, I don't know, final nerves, and then I feel complacency could play a part tomorrow. I don't know why. It's just I think I have this little nagging feeling about. But then, as you say, if the complacency does make a final not one-sided, then that's good. I mean, even if Delhi wins, it's good. I mean, you do need someone new to win. Otherwise, it becomes kind of boring after a while. You end up watching IPL, just see the same team winning over and over again. But anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, I guess the one thing that can creep into Mumbai game is the complacency you're talking about. So they've been on a high for so long. But I mean, that game against Sunrise as well proved that they are beatable. They are beatable on their day. And Rajasthan, I mean, it's Rajasthan. They had a bet out of the kid to beat Mumbai. But I mean, what a performance! I thought that performance the way it deserved Rajasthan to at least make a playoff game because they beat us on
Hmm.
and beat them quickly as well. So, uh,
Yeah.
as I say, the only chance against MI is probably restricting them to a score that you feel you're comfortable chasing in. And I think within the range of 140, 150, that's a score you probably want to, restrict them to in a final. So, yeah, basically that should be Delhi's game plan. But, Mumbai's got so much quality. And, I wouldn't be surprised if they just come over uh, Delhi. However, I don't really see it happening. It's just a funny feeling. I don't see Mumbai just coming over Delhi tomorrow because, as you said, the stakes are so high, and Delhi are
Yeah.
going to be up for it, and they've got enough players to challenge in Mumbai in this final.
Yeah, man. You're right. And I think on a final note, the match is tomorrow, and I'm sure the crowds will be so excited. At least they'll be so happy to, after all the COVID, they get to watch some cricket. And I think, yeah, man. Thanks so much for your time, man.
Thanks, Sid. Chat to you soon. Cheers.